Welcome to episode 23 of season 2. This episode is how to make friends as an adult. I talked a little bit in episode 22 about isolation, but let's be honest. Since the pandemic hit, isolation has been a huge side effect of this pandemic. There are plenty of introverts like myself who are fine with quarantine for a while, but now are getting sick and tired of being stuck in the house. We are going to talk about how to make friends as an adult, and I'm going to give you 7 tips to do just that. I'm Carla Hunt, CEO and founder of Prioritizing Peace and the host of the Unapologetically Prioritizing Peace podcast. I wanted to go into this particular topic more because research suggests that many lonely people have mindsets that make them at higher risk of feeling isolated compared to non-lonely individuals. Lonely individuals are more critical of themselves and others and have higher expectations of rejection. Lonely people also perceive imbalances in their relationships that may cause or deepen their loneliness. There's a sense of resentment when there's a perception that you are doing more than others in your relationships. It feels draining. Even when you are given attention, it won't feel like it's enough. These perceived imbalances may come about if you are surrounding yourselves with people that are self-absorbed and lack an ability to listen or empathize with you. The second part is a self-fulfilling prophecy. When we think about the mindset component, if we think we are always going to be rejected, we are critical of ourselves and others, we already have created a negative environment for things not going our way. Our minds are set up for confirmation bias. Subconsciously, we search for, interpret, favor, and recall information in a way that confirms or supports our beliefs or values. So consider who you are interacting with, who you are talking to, who you ask to make plans with. Are you subconsciously self-sabotaging in a way for the self-fulfilling prophecy loop of loneliness to occur? I have done this myself before in the past. I wanted to go do something, and the people that I chose to text were people who were always busy and couldn't make plans. Yet I had other friends I was choosing not to text. Why was that? Subconsciously, I was finding evidence for that lonely mindset to confirm the beliefs that I felt isolated. It required me to do something different, to embody being different in order to get a different outcome. I had to decide I wanted to feel socially connected. I needed to embrace those ways of being that people who are socially connected have. And then I had to start doing those things. I talked to you a lot about mindset. Your mindset and your mental wellness matters. It impacts how you see the world, your perceptions and interpretations. It impacts your ability to cope. So thank you for being here and listening. Wherever you are in your journey, you are in the right place. Keep listening for the 7 tips and stay tuned to the end to learn how you can work with me to improve your mindset and mental wellness. A Harvard report titled Loneliness in America from February 2021 shows evidence the pandemic has caused feelings of isolation. According to Americans surveyed, 36% of adults now struggle with serious loneliness, having reported feeling lonely frequently or almost all the time or all the time in the 4 weeks prior to the survey. 43% of young adults reported increases in loneliness since the beginning of the pandemic. Another key finding is that about half of lonely young adults in the survey reported that no one in the past few weeks had taken more than just a few minutes to ask them how they were doing in a way that made them feel like the person genuinely cared. We as humans have a need to be cared for and loved. We were designed to be social, and we thrive most when we are surrounded by people that love and care about us. Satisfying the need for loneliness with social connection rather than staying in isolation or distracting with any other unproductive coping mechanisms like smoking too much, eating too much, drinking too much, or any other too much behavior is what's needed. Number 1, know what you need and want. Get in tune with your feelings, needs, wants, desires, so that you are able to address them appropriately. We are going to address the need of loneliness, which will be satisfied by social connection, but you will need to decide what that looks like specifically for you. Ultimately, you will be fulfilling the need that somewhere deep inside of you says, I need to be around someone I care about that cares about me. So, what does that look like for you? Do you need a confidant, someone you can go line dancing with? Do you need an adventure buddy? Or do you want a foodie friend? What kind of companionship are you looking for? You also need to know what you like to do and what you are willing to try. It's great to try new things and to get out of your comfort zone, but don't do things you absolutely hate or find that you do not enjoy once you try them. Knowing what you want will help you more easily find activities you will enjoy and the kind of friends you are looking for once you go out and start participating in these activities and start meeting new people. Social media can be a nightmare if you mindlessly scroll and you never use it to help you get out of the house and connect with others. Studies have shown that social media can increase perceived loneliness when expectations are attached to getting likes and comparing yourself to others. Social media is a tool that is intended to help you connect socially. Use social media and other apps as tools and resources to find local events and activities to physically leave the house and attend. These need to be things that do not require you to look at your phone while engaging in them. Number 2, reignite an old hobby. If you don't currently have a hobby you already regularly do, reignite an old hobby you used to enjoy. A lot of people connect through their mutual interest of hobbies. It could be improv, scrapbooking, crafting. There's so many kinds of do-it-yourself activities. You will be able to find a community of people who love something you also love and enjoy. You will be able to make new friends and bond from it, not only from this hobby, but so much more once you engage the person in conversation. Number 3, learn and practice new skills. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, okay, so I have a hobby. Now, how do I talk to the person at an event that I managed to get myself to? I highly recommend building your social skills by learning and practicing them. I really loved the book called How to Talk to Anyone, 92 Little Tricks for Big Success in Relationships. I have a link in the description below to get this book on Audible. I found so much helpful information in this book when communicating with people and building relationships. Here's another tip. Do not wait until you have read this book before you start going out and socializing. Part of learning is practicing, whether you have read the book or not. Practicing is the only way you will get any results and improvements. They say knowledge is power, but that's not true. If you don't do anything with your knowledge, it's powerless. Implementation is power. So practice whether or not you've read the book or while you are reading it and see how it helps. Because like I said, it's from the practice that we create improvements. I myself am still practicing. When I have conversations with my friends and we talk about situations so that I can have different perspectives, they'll ask me if I ask certain questions when I had my other experiences in social events, and I sit at the table and I'm just like, nope, didn't think to ask that. And so that's feedback from me to help me practice better. And next time I can go back and ask that question. Remember that no one is perfect, and if they say they are, they're lying. Number 4, connect with old friends. As I mentioned before, in the past, there were times I wanted to go do something, and the people I chose to text were always people that were busy and could not make plans. Yet I had other friends I was choosing not to text. Subconsciously, I was finding evidence for that lonely mindset to confirm the beliefs that left me feeling isolated. I had to choose different actions if I wanted different outcomes. There are plenty of people you probably haven't spoken to in a while. Reconnect with old friends. Simply send a text. It could be, for example, how are you? It's been a while since we've had time to catch up. It would be great to catch up in person. You can start the conversation however you want. I do want to note that when you make plans, going off that initial opening text that gets the conversation started, you must make concrete plans. Saying, let's do something sometime means never, because there's no specific date or time to nail sometime too. You need to be specific in date, time, and even place to create an investment in that event for both of you. Number 5, volunteer. Volunteering is a great way to not only meet others and build social connections, but research also shows that helping others can make you feel good about yourself. It increases hopefulness and optimism. Helping others promotes gratification and can move your attention away from negative feelings toward fulfillment and optimism. Join a volunteering group for a cause that is near and dear to your heart, like volunteering at an animal shelter to take puppies and dogs for walks. And did you know that people who put on events like pub crawls volunteer and raise money for charities? You can volunteer for those events and get beer, just saying. You can volunteer to do homeless outreach, youth outreach, and in fact, I think a great volunteering opportunity that is a great win-win is to volunteer for organizations like Big Brothers Big Sisters. You get to mentor a little one and build a relationship and connect with them. There's so much sense of fulfillment and connection when you are making a difference and building a connection at the same time. Number 6, join a social club or group. Using social media tools I referenced before, you can find several different kinds of social clubs and groups online. I personally have enjoyed using these apps to find groups that host a variety of events in my area. Once you join a club or group, sign up for at least one event or more per month outside of your house. Here are my requirements for this when you do it. RSVP for an event you want to do, put it on your calendar, and then do the activity with integrity. There's no looking at the guest list. There's no second guessing or overthinking. You said you were going to do it, and then you do it. Number 7, join a professional networking organization. There's so many amazing organizations you can join that have support, leadership opportunities, learning, and of course, social connection. I highly recommend the Evolve Women's Network. There are so many great networking opportunities and meetings where you can not only connect with new women, but learn new things. I'm constantly learning and growing with these women. To name a few, there's the Women of Color meeting, and melanin is not required to attend, and the Literary Book Club on Fridays. I put the link to the Eventbrite page if you are interested in checking out any of those meetings. If you attend a meeting, let them know you heard about it from me. Professional network organizations allow you to get support on your goals from like-minded people. And I'll keep saying it, your mindset and your mental wellness matters. It impacts how you see the world, your perceptions and your interpretations. It impacts your ability to cope. If you want to change your mindset, be around people with the mindset you want to be like, such as joining a professional networking group of people who will support you, and you will start becoming like-minded. If you need a little more help with getting your mindset into alignment, I can help. I can help you holistically heal negative thoughts, unproductive coping mechanisms, and limiting beliefs through subconscious reprogramming so that you can experience consistent inner peace, increased happiness, and increased confidence. If you would like to get on my waitlist for a limited number of confidence-building subconscious reprogramming sessions I'm doing after Thanksgiving, make sure to use the link below to sign up for a free discovery call with me. If you are not ready for coaching or subconscious reprogramming just yet, a really great place to start is to read this book called The Secret Language of Feelings. Use the link in the description below to get your copy on Amazon. This book describes that all feelings are good, including anger. All feelings are good because their purpose is to provide us with information, direction, and motivation that will help us create a satisfying life. Oftentimes, many of us ignore our feelings and are dysregulated, which is why we are not experiencing a satisfying life. Use the description below and get your copy of the book on Amazon today. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next episode, and in the meantime, check out some of Season 1's classic episodes.